My dad was a chronic alcoholic, heavy drinker. Never talked about the war, but we got to see the effects of war on him. Grew up in a typical alcoholic household. Very dysfunctional, very unsafe. Wasn't a safe place to grow up. But after my mom had passed away in 1985, my dad decided to sober up because he didn't want to lose us kids. Within 2 years, we finally knew what a father was. And just seeing the man that he became, it had to be God. I always wanted what he had. It just took me a little longer to get there, but I got there. I was here back in 2010. I went through the CRC program. I was dealing with a divorce. I didn't know how to deal with it. And I ended up going through the Christ Recovery Center back in 2008, 2009. What had brought me here this time is that I was going to become homeless. I had been incarcerated for felony DWIs, and I ended up drinking again. I ended up relapsing. I drank real hard for a couple weeks. I had a broken jaw, broken foot, broken rotator cuff, and a torn tendon. I was really broken every sense of the word. Emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. I was bankrupt on all accounts. When the Christ Recovery Center actually accepted me into the program, I cried like a baby. I was so grateful to be able to rest, be able to have a decent meal. They loved me until I was able to love myself. Because when I came in, I had a lot of hatred, a lot of disbelief, didn't feel like life had anything to offer. There was a chaplain there, Chaplain Stephen, that told me, "Mike, you're not defective, you're deceived." And a little bell went off in my head, like, wow. I was believing the lie that life had nothing left. There was nothing good for me in life. I was deceived by the great deceiver. And that just made me more grateful towards God, to trust him again, to believe in him, to know that he is, I am. My greatest weaknesses are now my greatest strengths. That's God's hand at work. Even though I'm getting up in age, I'd like to buy a duplex so that I can rent out rooms to guys that I went through the program with, so I can keep that connection. They're like part of my family. I don't see them as being drunks or addicts or alcoholics. I see them as brothers that are just lost. Because we're part of the same family, God's family. If I can help them find themselves, and maybe help them through the doors here, that's what I kind of live for now. My work will be work, but my fun will be that. Where else can you unplug from life to build a life and to have a life that he's granted you? To know what you're here for instead of what you're not here for. That's a beautiful thing. And they really help you accomplish that. I had a good teacher called God, Jesus Christ, my Savior. And he is my Savior, no doubt about it. Otherwise I wouldn't be here right now.